Hey there, I'm Harlan, and you're watching a review of With the Band by David Jonathan and Dan Harlan. What is up, beautiful people? My name is Tyler Lunsford, and welcome back to another magic trick review here on the channel. Now, if you're new here, then definitely please consider subscribing and take a look around the channel at my past reviews. Now, if you are new here, then welcome. Thank you for stopping by and spending some time in today. I really do appreciate it, so thanks so much for being here. It really does mean a lot to me that you would just take some time out of your day to be with me. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into this review right now. First off, you need to know what actually is With the Band. Well, With the Band is a really cool rubber band trick from David Jonathan and Dan Harlan. Now, if history is an indicator of anything, then you will know that this is going to be awesome, because the first time these guys collaborated was with Snaps, which is a really cool project, and I will link my review of that in the description down below. But you're here for a rubber band magic trick, and that's what we're going to talk about. Here's what happens in With the Bands. A card is selected, signed, and then returned to the deck. The deck is put back in the box. The magician tells the audience that he won't be the one finding the card. One of his stretchy assistants will be. A rubber band is wrapped securely around the box. Then the rubber band suddenly vanishes. The box is opened, and the rubber band is found in the middle of the deck, wrapped around the playing card that just so happens to be the spectator's signed card. The best part, everything can be examined, and there's no special gimmicks or difficult sleights. With the Band is easy to do and gets huge reactions. This trick is a great opener, as well as a great effect to transition from card effects to rubber band magic. Let's talk about what you'll be receiving if you decide to purchase With the Band. Well, you get a tutorial that's almost 35 minutes long. You get Dan Harlan's handling first, and then you get David Jonathan's handling. That's right, you get two different ways to perform this, and you can combine elements from both presentations to combine this into one great performance if you decide to do that as well. Now that you know what With the Band is and what you receive, let's talk about some more questions you may have, such as how difficult is it to perform? It's actually really easy to do. This is going to take just a little bit of practice. I'd say you'll have this down within an hour, and after that hour, go out and perform, blow some minds, because this rubber band vanish looks visual, and it's impossible when they realize, that is their actual signed card that has the rubber band wrapped around it. It's a really cool routine. Is this examinable? Absolutely, this is examinable. Everything that you use is examinable before and after the effect. How are the angles when it comes to performing With the Band? Well, they're actually really good. It also kind of depends on which version you're going to do, because you can make this angle proof for the most part, and you can also make it to where you can just keep your audience in front of you. So it kind of depends on which version you want to do, which method you want to use, but for the most part, you should be able to perform surrounded, and if you do need to hide a couple of things, you should be able to use your body to do so. Is there any setup or DIY, anything you have to buy, something like that? Well, the setup takes about 10 seconds, and you do this before you show your spectators this trick, out of view of your spectators, and there's no DIY, there's no gimmick you have to make. All you need is some rubber bands and some cards. You will have to buy rubber bands if you don't have any lying around. Now, David Jonathan recommends that you use size 16 rubber bands when performing. They both also recommend using Joe Ryan Fleischer's rubber bands. Now, those are the best rubber bands. That's what I recommend. It's honestly probably what anyone's going to recommend if you talk to any magician about rubber band magic, because they really are the best magic bands. I mean, there's nothing magical about them except that they stretch a lot, and just the length, everything's perfect about them. It really is. And this is not a plug for Joe Ryan Fleischer's rubber bands, but now I will be sending Joe an invoice because I just plugged that for free. So Joe, be on the lookout for that. Are there any negatives when it comes to performing With the Band? Well, you might have to keep your audience in front of you depending on which version you do, so maybe the angles are a negative, but there is a workaround about that if you want to do the 360 version. You can probably use your body to hide most of the stuff that you need to do that you don't want people to see in your hands, so just be aware of that. Now, the other thing, you do have to buy some rubber bands, but that's not a negative. It's just you may even have those rubber bands lying around, but just be aware you do have to buy some rubber bands, and probably the ones that I just recommended for you if you don't have any to begin with. That's what I recommend you start with. What are the positives to performing With the Band? Well, I love that Dan Harlan and David Jonathan both teach their own different ways to do this. I love that there are multiple ways. I also think that it's really cool that the card is signed. That's a nice touch, and it's a nice visual when the band actually vanishes from the deck, and I love that everything can be examined, so that's awesome. What does this retail as? Well, this currently retails as $10 US, and is that a fair price? Absolutely, that's a fair price, because you're getting two different handlings, and it's a really cool band trick, a nice download for $10. Yes, that's a fair price. What would I give this out of 10? I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10. The reason it's getting a perfect score is because I don't see anything wrong with this. When I was talking about the negatives, I said you could fix those negatives, so it's not like you have to worry about your angles if you really don't want to. You can pretty much hide all that stuff. So for the price and for what it is, a nice visual trick and a rubber band trick, it's great for beginners. This is something that's really cool. I think this deserves a great rating because it is a really fun trick to perform, and I will be using this a lot. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you'd like to purchase with the band, the link for it is in the description down below. Now also in the description is a link to my Instagram page. There you can follow me on Instagram at Magic. There I post all sorts of behind the scenes, Q&As, anything like that. You can reach out if you have questions or comment down below if you have questions and I'll answer them down there as well. So thanks so much for being here. It really does mean the world to me that you people watch my videos. Seriously, thank you so much for just taking some time out of your day and being here. I hope you leave this review feeling more informed about with the band or whatever video it is that you're watching. So thanks so much for that. And thank you so much to David Jonathan for sending me this product so I could do the review for you people out there. Now, without further ado, hopefully I'll see you in another video that I post sometime soon. See ya.